So, good morning everyone and good morning sir. For today, our topic is all about food spoilage and importance of food preservation. To be discussed together with my group, Albert Vargas and Cedric Kentiago and Villamayor Gian Paul. So, we have food food preservation. So, what is food preservation? Is the process of preparing food to prevent or slow down its spoilage, to extend its life so that it can be consumed at a later time. Old methods used in food preservation and upon the principle preventing the spoilage of food. So, ibig sabihin po dito, mayroon pong paraan ng paghahanda para maiwasan o mabagal ang pagkasira ng pagkain. Ginagawa ito para kumbaga mas mapahaba ang shelf life ng pagkain at para pwede pa rin itong kainin sa mga susunod na araw or linggo o buwan. So, second one is cases of food spoilage. So, food spoilage is the undesirable change in food that has to be prevented or minimized by food preservation. So, dito po sa food spoilage, kumbaga hindi kanais-nais na pagbabago ng pagkain. Kapag ang pagkain ay nasira na at nagbabago ang kanyang texture or ang kanyang amoy at nagbabago ang kanyang lasa. So, then yung ano niyan, yung itsura po ng pagkain kapag po yun nagbago na, hindi na po siya ligtas na kainin. So, here are some of the case of spoilage to be discussed, Mr. Albert Vargas.
Good afternoon, class. So today I'm your teacher Albert for this subject. So we are going to discuss about the microorganisms that are present in food spoilage o yung mga napapanis na mga pagkain. So are you familiar with food spoilage sa mga pagkain? Okay, very good. So we have meron din tayong mga bakterya kung saan nabubuo ito, kung saan na nagkakaroon ng food spoilage. So, bakterya, ito yung mga germs, mga viruses na nagiging sanhi ng food spoilage sa ating mga pagkain. So, this is caused their composition of food. Okay? Which causes the decomposition of food. So, dito, sa food spoilage kasi, kung hindi maganda yung pagkaka-prepare mo, pagkakaluto mo ng pagkain, nagkakaroon ng pagpanis. Okay? So, kahit yung bagong luto na ulam o kaya pagkain, subukan yung tikpan. Tapos, pagkalipas ng ilang oras, mangangamoy na siya. Mangangamoy panis na kasi yung init sa loob is na-trap. At doon nagkakaroon ng contamination and spoilage. So, gaya ng sabi ko, bacteria which causes the decomposition of food, like microorganisms. So, meron din tayong enzymes. So, enzymes are substances that causes fruits to ripen. Food item, particularly fruits and vegetables, have enzymes that are active after harvest, causing them to overripe. So, class, ano pa yung pagkakaintindi nyo dito sa enzymes? Anyone from the class? Okay, very good. Thank you. So, ang enzymes daw is ito yung natural na nasa lahat ng pagkain. So, na nasa lahat ng nasa lahat ng pagkain na may buhay tulad ng mga gulay, prutas, karne at isda na nagtataguyod ng mga kemikal na reaksyon para mapanatili ang kanilang buhay habang sila ay nabubuhay. So, enzymes, ito yung nandun na talaga sa mga prutas, nandun na talaga sa mga gulay kasi yung nutrients nun ng mga prutas at gulay, dun nila kinukuha. Okay? So, next is oxidation. So, chemical reaction in food caused by light and oxygen oxidation or the reaction of food containing fat or pigments when exposed to oxygen, procedures and undesirable change and flavor in food. So, gaya nga ng sabi ko sa inyo kanina, isa din na nagiging sanhi ng pagpanis ng pagkain is yung pagtatakip nito kahit mainit pa. So, yun ang food oxidation. Pets such as insects, worms, flies, and rodent cause damage in food and render it unfit for human consumption. So, ganun yun. Mechanical damage from handling and packaging contributes to food deterioration due to moisture loss or gain absorption of foreign odor and flavor as well as scratching or bruising. So, from the microbial, balik tayo sa microbial, sa mga bakterya, meron palang iba-ibang klase ng bakterya na present during the spoilage. So, first we have uh, sono, Pseudomonas. So, it is common in meat and produce causing slime and of odors. So, ito is present ito sa mga karne na nabibili natin sa mga palengke. So, nagkakaroon ng mahina ay mahina o mabahong amoy sa mga karne na nagkakaroon din ng spoilage. So, kapag hinawakan yun medyo sticky siya. So, ganun. Next is Lactobacillus can cause souring in dairy and fruit products. And Bacillus spoilage in milk, cream, cereals can cause illness. So, maaari ka dito magkasakit, confined sa ospital, dahil lang sa ininom mong gatas. O, Clostridium pringent spoils meat and poultry and can be pathogenic. So, this is the signs of spoilage. Appearance, mold, sliminess, discoloration, bulging cans. Smell, sour, full, or of odors mabaho na mga amoy. Texture, mushy, slimy, or overly soft. Kapag yung product is slimy na, yung medyo madulas-dulas, dun na napapanis. Bali, wag na kayong bumili ng ganun na karne kapag so, slimy, medyo madulas na, at hindi ka aya-aya amoy. And taste, unpleasant, sour, or bitter. Malalaman mo naman yan sa sa amoy talaga, lalo sa panlasa. Kapag hindi na pwede yung pagkain, medyo nakakasuka ng amuyin, lalo pa kaya pagkainin. So, I hope class you have learned something for today, and that's all about my part of my discussion. So next discussant is your next teacher. I think it's Sir Cedric Emiago. And that's all for today, class, and goodbye.
The importance of food preservation. Why is it important that you know how food can be preserved? The following are the reasons. First, inadequate food supply and the waste of available food, the problems that can be solved by food preservation. Second, fruits and vegetables and season during certain times the year can be made available all year round. Third, food items found only in one area can be made available to other places. Fourth, farmers will be encouraged to plant and raise more stimulating agricultural development. Fifth, preserved food can be sold to augment family income when harvest is abundant and food supply is more than enough for the family products can be preserved and sold to the market.